extensive blog update cam. We're currently driving along. There's Leanne.
Hello.
She's in charge of Big Bertha, or Pete as we're actually knowing our camper van for. We'll explain what that's all about a bit later. We're currently making our way up the west coast of the South Island, but more on that later. I haven't really blogged much in a while. It's been probably about a week since we last blogged. We've lost our computer, so blogging by typing is probably getting quite hard work, so I thought I'd do a video blog update. Probably time to start really. I've made some extensive notes. I'm just going to show you those. So let's go into here. So extensive notes on my iPod, so lots of notes. So I'll be able to go through all those with you. Exciting, huh? Okay, so the day after the last time we vlogged was when we headed off from Cambridge. We headed down to Rotorua. Rotorua is a place, lots of volcanic activity. And there was a kid died there actually just before we got there, which is a particularly low note to mention. But he managed to fall into one of these boiling pools and get himself completely covered in burns, which is not good. But when we got there, we saw lots of boiling water and smelly sulphurous activity and so on. But the first thing we did when we got there was we went to a sheep show, which I was highly dubious when John and Naomi recommended that we should go to this sheep show. They recommended we should go here, and it was a lot more fun than I expected actually. The guy that did the show itself was pretty colourful in the way he did the show, and they had all these different types of sheep, about 12 different types of sheep. Probably more than 12 different types of sheep, with the merino sat right at the top like a proud king, and loads of it. They had some from England and some from all over. They had a load of dogs on showing how to herd sheep. They had a dog that herded ducks, which is very amusing. He sheared a sheep, which is very interesting to see him shear a sheep. They got some people in the audience on to milk a cow, which was very interesting. And it was quite fun.
Feeding the lambs.
They what, sorry?
They fed some lambs.
Oh, they fed some lambs, yeah, don't forget feeding the lambs, that was all very good. It was quite a good fun day really. It was, just a second, oh yeah, still recording, I thought we'd stop recording for a second. That was a good morning, that was, it wasn't even a morning, that was like first thing in the morning, but it's quite unusual, but that was good fun. And then from there we went to, anything else you want to say about the sheep? It's a good update.
Yeah.
So from there we went on to a thing they call luging, which isn't quite like luging in the Olympics, but it's a bit like in a go-kart, but there's no engine on it, it's just gravity, and you start at the top, a bit like a skiing, and you make your way down these tracks, and you've only got a brake and steering obviously. But it's quite, it's a bit different really. I've never really seen it anywhere else before. It's set up quite like a ski place. There's a gondola that takes you to the top, and there's ski chairs and ski lifts that take you back up. And I'm going to put the camera out this way whilst I'm doing this vlog, because it's a particularly cool bit of road that we're going down right now. The only problem is when we got there, it was so busy. It was like, they reckon there was a couple of cruise ships in, and the queue to get to the top wasn't too bad, but when we got there, the queue to get back down again was insane. The queue to get back up from the bottom of the track, like the ski run, was insane. So we got a couple of runs on the Lugin. I went down the intermediate run and the advanced run. Leanne went down the scenic run and the intermediate run. It was good fun. It was lots of fun. Maybe if we find it on the South Island while we're here, we'll have another go. But it was a lot of fun. Would you say, Leanne?
Yeah, it was.
It was quite unique. I don't think I've ever seen it before.
No, I got my go on a ski lift for this year at least.
Ah, that's true. Yeah, we're not going to get to go skiing, but in some ways it was quite painful because it did feel a lot like an actual ski lift. But it also gives us a little bit of a fix for this year, so it's not too bad.
Can you do me a favour?
Yes.
The curtain is not.
I'm just going to adjust the curtain. Our camper van has curtains, obviously for privacy in the evening. There we go. I'll give you a tour around the camper van a bit later, maybe do a second vlog cam. So after, this is all one day, we had a busy day this day. After luging, we went to a place called Whakatawerta, which is Thank you very much. I've been practicing. Whakadawedawa, there we go. I think I pronounced it wrong the first time. It's Whakadawedawa, that's what it is. So, which is a very traditional Maori village. The people live there. It's right on one of the volcanics. Really hot there. Just generally really hot. The floor was warm. So masses of volcanic activity around there. Lots of, well, not volcanic. That's probably the wrong word, but lots of bubbling water coming through. Lots of steams and geysers and so on. We saw a traditional Maori sort of music show, if you like. I don't really know whether they do this sort of stuff every day, but they sung some songs using traditional Maori instruments, which was called the koi, I think it was, which is flax on the end of a rope, and they kind of tap it against their wrists and shoulders in a funky style. The guy playing the guitar, I'm not entirely sure how traditional that is, but then they did the haka, they did a lot of other stuff. That was quite good fun. But it was a lot of fun. I like those songs, they were good. And then we had a little look around, we did a little tour, they did a little tour around there, and they saw the geysers and the hot pools that they swim in, and it was quite interesting because they live there, that is where they live every day. They, it's quite an interesting little place really, I suppose. It was a good little excursion. We did a walk after that up to a place called Green Lake, which we weren't allowed to go in, but it was quite, there's sort of bubbling mud everywhere, and it's just all a bit weird really. I mean, it's not the sort of thing you see every day in the UK, really. Anything else you want to say about there?
No, it was good. We went to the spa afterwards, didn't we?
Yeah, the last thing we did that day was go to the Polynesian spa.
Which was awesome.
Which, if Leanne says, was... Awesome. Yeah, so the Polynesian spa is a bit like it's a bit like a spa we get in England, I guess, but they use naturally hot water rather than sort of jacuzzi hot water. So the one we went into was a lake pool, so we were sat in these pools outside with views over the Lake Rotorua, and we went in 4 different pools. There were 4 different pools. The coolest was 36 degrees, and 38, 40 and 42 degrees. So we got in the 36 degree one to start off with and worked our way up. By the time we got to the end, the 42 degree one was, it was pretty, we were only in for us. Leanne didn't get it all. John and I got in for about a minute. It was pretty warm, that one. And that was a really nice little end to the day. That very relaxing, cool, chilled me right out. Plus the water is kind of a bit, is it alkali or acidic?
Acidic, I think.
A bit acidic, and as a result it's kind of slightly off normal pH, neutral pH, and it makes your skin feel very soft and your hair feel very conditioned. It's very nice. And that was that wasn't the end of the day actually, because after that we drove all the way down to Taupo, didn't we, after the end of the day? And we stopped off at a place on the way, and I can't remember where it is, but it's very famous for its mud pool activity. It's halfway between Rotorua and Taupo. You have to have a look on the map later. And we stopped and saw some really, really bubbling mud, which was quite cool. You saw that?
You took a video of that, didn't you?
Oh, I did take a video of that, so maybe maybe when reviewing this you can go back and find the other video that I took of that, because that was quite cool. I think that's on John's phone actually, so we'll have to get the photo. We have to get it off of John when we get back. And then we got to Taupo and we checked into our little motel, and that was the end of that day. So that's 8 minutes on one day. Wow. Thankfully the next day was a little quieter.
You might want to stop that video there and go on to another one.
Well, that's true. Okay, we'll sign off from Rotorua Vlog Cam. Bye.